there, and welcome back to Building with the Boys. It's been entirely too long, but we now have the next 4 issues of Disney Dolls House. Did you miss me? I've missed you. Have you lost weight? Looks like you did something to your hair. That's niceties out the way. It's been way too long. We are a good 10 days overdue on this one. And it's twofold. One, I've been away traveling on business in Germany, so I didn't have time to do this. But I was expecting it to be delivered whilst I was away, and it wasn't. It's literally arrived this morning. I am running on fumes because I've been traveling for about 3 days straight, and it's going to be interesting. So what are we doing in this one, right? So we are not touching the main house, which you can see is over here. So the main house, we're not really going to, we touch it once next month, but we're not, for the longest time now, this thing is not, we're not doing anything with it. We are working on the base. So all of these parts, with the exception of one where we're making a wheelbarrow, all of these parts are going to be building up what's essentially the basement of our house. It's where Pooh's garden is going to slide out of. It's a bit dull. So it's like, as opposed to we're putting wallpaper indoors and pretty ornate things, that's not what we're doing. We are building the structure, but this is one of, if not the most important points of the house, because we don't have a good structure, it's not going to stand. So it's just about taking time with this one. Now, a lot of these pieces are going to look identical because they're all just kind of the raw wood finish, most of them. So knowing what goes where, test fitting before you start smearing in glue is vital. It just is, because this way you know where it fits, where it's going to go. Then once you've kind of got it, take it out, apply your glue, and you're good to go. We did receive as well, in this month, we have received our second set of the premium figures. Came in a very little box, which surprised me, because this was supposed to be Anna and Toulouse, but it isn't. I'll show you who it is. So I looked at it and thought, there's no way Anna's in that box. What we've actually got is Piglet and Toulouse. We'll have a proper look at them in a minute. Now, Piglet wasn't supposed to arrive until literally the end. He was going to be the last one. It was going to be Elsa and Piglet were the last 2 that we received. So I don't know where Anna now slots in. What I'm going to do is when I know one's coming up, I'll tell you what was supposed to be coming up. Whether or not that does or doesn't, I don't know. Now, I think what's happened here was there was an issue in the initial run in Japan with the Mad Hatter. I don't know what it was, but he either wasn't available or there was an issue with it. So he never arrived. So I think they rejigged how these things were going to go out. So maybe in the last one, instead of getting Elsa and Piglet, you get Elsa and Anna in the last pack, possibly. But as it stands right now, we've got Piglet and Toulouse. But we'll take a look at them. We'll take a look at the pretties that come with this month as well, because we've got a very nice little cake stand. We'll take a look at that. We'll bring our base over, and that's all you're going to be working on, just the base for these 4 issues. Let's get into it. Let's get it done, and let's get this structure built. Okay, so let's take a look at our premium characters. Let's see what we got here. I really don't like this plastic, but you know what? It keeps them safe. I'm really not a fan of it. Let's have a look what we're looking at. Let's just start with Toulouse. There he is, and he is looking really rather lovely. Let's get a zoom on him so you can see him a bit better. There he is. There's not a lot you can say about him. He is looking good. He is looking nice. And he is our third and final of the Aristokittens. And he looks really rather lovely. They're going to look great. The 3 of them in the room together, I think, are going to look fantastic. And that's kind of the benefit of doing this premium, because one of those kittens in that room's going to look kind of empty. So it's nice having all 3 of the kittens. And then we got our little mate Piglet over here. Does he stand? Yes, he does. He stands perfectly. They've captured him quite nicely. It's a nice looking figure. Piglet's quite basic as he is, but he looks nice, and I think they've captured him quite well there. And again, I just want as many of the characters in this house as we can possibly get, and I thought the premium is actually quite a good option to do that. It is a while until we get any more premium characters. I'll have a quick look and see who's next. Okay, so let's have a quick check. It's going to be a long old wait until our next premium one's April. Our next premium ones will come through April of next year, and that should be the Hatter and Pluto. But before that happens, there's kind of standard issues. You will get Donald is the next one, and then Peter Pan will be coming after that as well. So Donald's very soon. Donald should be end of November, possibly December, for the monthly subs. That's when he'll be coming up. So that's those. The other thing that we got in this month is we got our little cake stands. Let me grab that. So here are the elements we get with this very lovely cake stand. I mean, again, it's very ornate. It's ever so small, but very pretty. And then we have the cake here, which will go on there. And then we have, of course, the cake slice. Now you can see the heart on there, because what this is, it's not a birthday cake. This is an unbirthday cake, and it will go in the Alice kitchen. So it is the it's the unbirthday cake. For those of you familiar with Alice in Wonderland, you know exactly what that is. It's them to have a happy unbirthday. And you can see just how small it is next to our kitten and our piglet. It's really rather lovely. I mean, again, these are the elements, just even down to that cake slice, these are the elements that are going to make this model really, really stand out. I mean, as gorgeous as the house is, the furniture and the interiors are what are going to bring it to life. And it's things like this, it's the detail of all of this that is really going to take this thing to another level. So let's get into the main building, bring the base over, and let's get started. Okay, so we brought a base up. Now this is the section we're going to be working on here. You need to locate these two holes here and here. And this is the piece we're going to be working with. So you can see we've got the slot there and there. We're just going to test fit this. There you go. That one's going to go in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to apply some adhesive to the bottom of that one. And that's going to slot in place. But before we do that, we're going to test fit the other one. And again, I mean, all of the holes are available for this. So this one here is going to slot through there. Straight down. And that's snug, so I'm not going to push it down too far because I need to get that back out. But that is going to be snug, so we're going to push right down. We're going to glue these in place and allow your glue to dry. So let's get these glued up and get them installed. Okay, so we're going to give this a nice dab of glue on these tubs here. We go here as well, on there, and all along this length here. Along here as well. So there we go, that's what we need to do. I want a bit more on there. There we go. Right, let's flip this one over. There's those two holes there, and there, push down. Now, this is going to be held in with the other one, so we're going to glue this one up as well. And again, I glue here, along here, here, along here, along here, along here, and just a touch there. And this one is going to slot over the top of this one. We're going to go straight down. And we're going to go into our pins here and here and here. I think it's a snug fit. But it's going to go. So let's push down, get that one in. Well, that is snug. Here we go. Right, my name's a bit of wobbling. Okay, this is the section we're working on next. So we have these three pieces that came with this. Now, two of them are identical. So they are the ones marked with 18s. Those are identical. And then we have the one that's marked as a 19. We'll come back to that. We're going to take one of our 18s, and again, we're going to glue this one up ready. So let's take our little applicator bottle here, and quite simply, we're going to glue along here, along here. Good, now glue on this one, and along here. That's all the glue we need to do. And we're going to quite simply slot this one down into two holes here. There we go. So that one's in place. And don't worry about the wobble too much because it's about to be supported by another one. Next we're going to take our 19. So that's this one with these pieces. And we are going to glue this one up. And we are going to glue along here. All along here, on here. Now we're going to get the edges as well. So we have both our edges here. In there. And flip it over, get the other edge as well. And this one is going to sit in these two pins here. So right down. And then we're going to bring this one in, and those are going to connect. We need those two to touch. I'm going to clean up our excess glue in a moment. Because I'm going to do the same thing again with this one here. I'm going to glue this one up. And that one's going to drop down into here. Now we want these two to connect. So there we go. And clean our excess glue, we don't want that smeared in glue. Again, I use clear dry wood glue, so I'm not concerned about the glue across the bottom or anything like that. I just don't want it all over these walls. And that's it, that's how we are now looking. Let's clean some of that off. So there we are, we have our first exterior walls in. We have our first interior walls of the basement. And that really is all there is to do in this stage. I'm going to clean this glue up. Smeared all over the place there. Yeah, we'll bud that all off. But that's it. That's what we're going to do. Let's have a chat. So that's it for that one. I mean, it's not massively in depth. It is what it is. This is the start of our structure. Now, you do need a decent foundation. It's just the way it is. So a lot of these are going to be, you know, you might not see where you're going with this, but this builds up fast. So has been the theme of the kind of Disney Dolls House so far, with the sort of speed this is built up. This built up fast. So this whole structure that we're doing at the moment is pretty much done by the end of next month. So by the time we get to 42, we're done with this. So it's getting there. Now what's going to happen is, what's important with this is that you make sure these are all nice and straight, so you can feel kind of a smooth so it goes across. You don't want it bumped or rigid or anything like that. You want to be able to feel the tiniest of bumps as you transition between each part, to keep it as smooth as possible, so when the house sits on, there's no gaps. Now you're not going to see gaps anyway, because the weight of that house is really going to push this down and bring it together. But whilst we're waiting for that to happen, just make sure everything is as it should be. And I gotta say, these walls are gorgeous. These external walls are lovely, because having seen pictures of it, I was thinking it was a sticker or something like that, or some weird etch job. But it's gorgeous. It looks like what they've done is with laser. They've cut the design into it on different shades of wood. So what looked like brickwork is actually just different shades of wood, and it looks stunning. And I can imagine when we've got that going around the bottom completely, it's going to look lovely. It's going to look really nice. Really, really nice. And I'm very impressed with that. Don't be afraid to use clamps or whatever it is you need to do to hold your work in place. If you haven't got clamps, anything kind of support or push it up would be good as well. But what a lovely thing. What a lovely thing. And it's nice to get the extra figures as well. There are more figures coming. I mean, there are so many, as I spoke about. But if you are like me and kind of hooked now, and you're going all the way to Christmas, there's even more. So everybody that's buying this, regardless of how you're doing it, is going to get 10 figures, and you pretty much get at least one figure to represent every room of the house. So the ones that we know we're all getting, we all get Marie from the Aristocats, we all get Peter Pan, Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Cinderella, Ariel, Winnie the Pooh, Olaf, Alice, and Belle. So those are the 10 that everyone gets. If you're a premium subscriber, you also get Goofy and Berelos, Toulouse and Piglet, Mad Hatter and the Cheshire Cat, Beast and Piglet, and who are the other two? How has this escaped my head? Oh, Daisy and Minnie, and also there's 12 in total if you're a subscriber. The other two are Pluto and I want to say Mad Hatter. I've already said Mad Hatter is Cheshire Cat, but those are what you get. But if you're going all the way to Christmas, there are even more coming. So if you're subscribing to the additional ones into the Christmas house and the holiday house, you'll also get Huey, Dewey, and Louie. You'll get the Snowglies. Now, those that don't know what the Snowgies, those who don't know what the Snowgies are, the Snowgies were, they featured in Frozen Ever After and Frozen Fever, where every time Elsa sneezed, it created Snowgies, like buggies basically, but little snow monsters, little snow babies. You get 3 of those. You'll also be getting Chip and Dale and Sebastian Crab as well for the Little Mermaid room. So there's a lot. I mean, in total, we're looking at about 23, I think. No, we're not. We're looking at 29 characters in total for this house that they've announced so far. But again, the only way you can get those 12 is premium. There is sometimes at the end of a run, if you're not a premium subscriber, sometimes they sell off the stock, but it depends. 1, if they've got it. 2, if you're fast enough to get it. And 3, if they do it, because they don't do it for everything. I mean, like the Terminator's coming to an end at the moment with Hachette. You can't buy any Terminator gifts on there. So it depends. I mean, it's a chance you take. I don't think it's... Well, I think it is too late to premium sub now if you haven't. But there are ways of getting them. If you want them, there are ways of getting them. That's it for this one. We will be back very, very, very shortly with issue 36. Where we'll be working on more of the basement. Join us then. In a world we can be anything at all, just be nice. If you haven't yet, please hit the like button. It helps us massively. What helps us even more is subscribe. If you're one of our thousands of viewers that haven't subscribed yet, your subscription would be very much appreciated. I'll be your friend forever. I'll even dance at your wedding. That's it for now. I will catch you on the next one.